Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's TK, and today you can see we have a capital peak design for you that is going to be anti-super miners and anti-dragons. This style of bases, I've brought it to life, as in now a lot of actually clans are using my bases to run and defend this type of meta attacks and basically make it as kind of hard to triple as possible and as frustrating. Guys, sometimes these bases take the entire 4 or 5 attacks from the enemy player and they can't even do much, and whenever there's a capital peak left, they're gonna be frustrated because they're only going to do all their hits on that heavy hitting clan capital pick. So one thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is to explain you how this base works, and also if you're interested, this base is actually in the essential pack of Clan Capital for the May season in Blueprint. You can check out their website and you can use code TK in their store to get some percentage off. It will help me, it will help Blueprint, it will definitely help you as well if you're interested in buying all the packs for the rest of the bases and the districts basically. So let's see how this base works. Now I'm gonna grab my pen here for you, and the way I'm gonna put my mind into explaining this is exactly the way I was building the base. So firstly, we have something called the frost spell. You need to watch out for it, which means when you're building a base, you can't give too much frost value around the town hall. But that's the thing, like not the town hall, the capital peak, but that's the thing with these bases is that I make it in a way that the attacker has to choose. Either they're gonna go ahead with the frost on both crushers and the bomb towers, but that leaves those, kind of blast bows to shoot non-stop to the super miners, because you can't frost both of the blast bows, it's not going to reach. So then they have a chance of choosing one of the blast bows and the town hall, but that leaves both bomb towers, maybe one bomb tower, but bomb tower and the both crusher with the other blast bow to have access to whatever is on the town hall. That can be dragons, that can be golem, that can be miners. I have also some replays that I will show you, and basically showing you how it works in action. And the way again the base works is, now when I go ahead and tap on the town hall, you can see the targeting range. It targets almost everything on this area that is inside the base. So meaning if the miners go out, that is obviously depending on what the path thing goes, but they will go into the giant cannon, which is another kind of splash damage. But if they're not yet going out, this means they're here, stuck on these troops, stuck on these defenses, the town hall is going to rain down on them. And the beauty of this type of bases is that there is never enough value for frostspell. You can't go with the frost on here and on this building and expect the best, and you are like, okay, I'm going with miners into single inferno, wow, I'm gonna get so much value. Don't worry, I have a replay for you about that as well. It's going to get melted, and obviously once you reach a bit more further away, you can see the giant cannon waiting for you. So as you can see, the rage spell and the frost spell value on these bases are kind of limited depending on how you build it. But then we have the air defense itself protecting everything. So we do have a very rapid fire, like air defenses really close up in case people drop something here and it goes to the, kind of what you're saying, the crusher, and then you have the rapid fire kind of protecting it, and it's protecting the entry, making it like a bit harder. We do have a harder reaching air defense, because if you take a closer look at the base, we do have these, and then for example if they're going from the other side, the super dragon and the giants even here will come forward, and these two defenses are closer than the air defense. It's quite further away, as you can see, meaning it can target anything before it reaches that air defense. There is no pathing into clan capital. There is, I would say, 98% of players, they just spamming. So this is making their spam and their life a lot harder. This is the entire mindset, and obviously you can see the traps. The way I think about them is obviously the easiest and the most common path, which is into the crushers and into the town hall. But obviously if they go from the sides, we do have bombs ready for them, like small bombs, a mega, kind of not the mega Tesla, but like a zap trap to kind of make sure they're slowed down a bit with the HP, cause like chill out, you know what I'm saying? And then we do have, of course, the log traps, which are targeting both of these directions. And as I said, very, very further away blast balls that they can cover literally half the base. Obviously, the other half is not as important. Some people do end up like getting, for example, this side of the base, and they move all the way to the top, and this will make them time fail in most cases before reaching to actually the base itself from the back. So this is the entire base setup. I'm going to show you some replays, and hopefully you guys enjoyed my explanation till now. I don't think I have much to say, but there's some things to, I have to mention in the replays as well to kind of make sure you understand more of how the base works in action. So here we are, and we're gonna go in with double frost on the right side. This, I wanted to show you what happens if you frost the same area and then dive into that same area. Does that mean the miner will go too much further away? Well, you're gonna see what happens now. So the entirety of this base, guys, I want to mention is the way the major defenses target each other. They're saving each other from those super miners, because some of them, they have a range that if the super miners dive into them, you can't shoot them, if you know what I mean. So obviously you can see the entry, 6%. It's crazy. Now we're gonna go in for the next replay, and this time I want to dive into the town hall with a frost spell on those crushers, and even a frost on one of those blast balls. Take a look at this damage that is raining down on these miners. This is what I want to come down to, 2%. And even the bombs from the miners didn't do anything. So on the next hit, I'm going to show you what happens if I even test for those traps. Next up, I'm going to actually freeze the town hall itself and also freeze one of those major splash defenses and kind of get the traps done. 3 zap traps out the way, and then with the miners from the left further apart from the town hall itself. But the town hall is still shooting. The super dragon is not going to be in the frostbow. This is why the super dragon is in front and around the single inferno. So whenever the attacker goes for those, kind of, I would say, frostbow on the splash damage defenses, the super dragon will be free. And take a look at this. This is the most value they can get out of frostbow, and with the way they start the attack, this is the most percentage that they can get. And all they got was one single inferno with a few kind of like useless defenses. It's crazy how the damage works. Now, with that being said, you might think, okay, now, for example, they can use 2 more frostbow and dive into the town hall and get it and get good value. This is exactly how everyone would approach this. Once they got the funnel on the left, they would dive into the town hall to go and get it and move away from that area. But look at the amount of splash damage this base is doing. With that town hall going down very soon, this miners is also going down, and it's insane because last base kind of got a bit more higher percent, but with 2 attacks they just got 19%. It's insane. But let's move on to some super dragons. So we're here with some Super Dragon's graveyard spell that I didn't mention. We want to showcase it. We want to see how it works with these air skellies and going with the dragons on a multiple variety of the base. But the thing with the dragons is like you need a good funnel. Look at this base. It's insane how no funnel can be made to dive around or into the base and then move around or outside of the base. So look at the damage that the air defenses and the air bombs are doing. The graveyard spell did absolutely nothing. It's insane, as I said, but this is exactly how the miners got the value. Let's move on to some Golem Attack. So the golem here, we have the hasteful at that start basically, and the mountain golem. We do have a frostbow for the single inferno because I want to make it as hard as possible. Obviously the golem is the most tankiest troop in the entire game between 3 villages. And now we have the, of course, the cannon carts behind the golem, so kind of giving the golem more and more freedom for the damage that it's putting into the base. But look at the HP already. 6% of the base was gone and he was already half HP. This is where those splash damage defenses don't do too much, but the point defenses, the cannons and that spear thrower is doing good amount of damage. But look at this. whenever the golem is going to die, the base is set up in a way that those rocks from the golem will not hit anything. Doesn't matter if the golem dies too early, if it dies in the middle, or if it dies at the end. This is the value the golem can get. Adding to that, I want to show you the second attack as well. Usually now the people will go for the Town Hall whenever that funnel is done, going with the Frost Spell on the Town Hall itself with those, kind of, what do you say, the blast spells. And now we're going in with the Golem. Obviously the Crushers have no chance of shooting the Golem itself unless there is some distraction, I would say, around it. But this is the heaviest hitting kind of troop, the heaviest health troop, and look at the way we're taking it down. So one more thing I want to mention is that obviously you can't build a base against everything. So the whole point of this base is dragons and super miners for those people who spam. But with the golem, you can get decent value, not too much, but decent value from 1 or 2 attacks. This will make the base in a way that people could use other armies to finish it off in maybe 4 attacks. I don't think you can finish this base with these spells that are on the ground with only 2, or the 3rd attack that is going to finish the base. I don't think you can do that. I've tried, it's not possible for me. Maybe certain approaches with surgical approaches could make it like a rocket loons or something, but as I said, you don't build a base against everything. You build a base against the majority. So if you enjoyed this base, every single one of those bases that I built for this pack, which is the essential pack on Blueprint, is designed in a way to defend the meta troops and the most used cases. If you guys enjoyed, again, go ahead and go to Blueprint website. You can purchase it and use code TK in the store. I would appreciate that a lot. Obviously, the link of this base itself will be down below in the description. And hopefully it was a good showcase for you to see how the bases work in Clan Capital. And again, if you like it, go ahead and give it a like and leave down a comment so I can see what you're into and what you want to see in the channel for more. And I would hope to see you again in the channel. Take care and peace.